everyone, it's Dr. Diana Hoppe, and it is the second Thursday of the month. So, my goodness, it's January 26th now. And I want to make sure everyone knows who I am. I am Dr. Diana Hoppe. I'm a board certified OBGYN, and I practice GYN only now. So, I've done many, many, many babies, which was wonderful. But now I'm focusing on menopause and perimenopause and really love talking about hormones, talking about how to take the best care of yourself, and really to live the best life you can at 40, 50, 60, and beyond. And that's why I made my site Amazing Over 40, so that we all can be amazing at 40, 50, 60, and beyond, like I said. And this last year, I just turned 60, which is kind of crazy, but I'm 60. Never thought I'd get to this point, but you know what? We're here, and let's talk about how we can make our lives better. And I'd love for all of you to write in the chat box if you want to write a comment, say who you are and where you're calling from. I'd love to answer any questions as we go through this Facebook Live about the power of affirmations. And so please feel free. If you don't want to put your name, that's fine. If you want to say hi from Chicago, or hi from San Diego, or hi from wherever you are, just please go ahead and do that so that we all can kind of be a team and work through this wonderful Facebook Live together. So as I mentioned, the title of this Facebook Live is The Power of Affirmations and how we can transform our mindset. Hello, Erica. Hi, Dr. Diana, she says, from Toronto. Yes, we love all our Canadian friends. Beth. Hey, Beth from Carlsbad. Hey, Beth, I know I got some of your messages. I've been just so busy that, thank you, though. I've been thinking about you, and thanks for all your messages. So please, all of you, chime in and say where you're coming from, and also if you have any questions about affirmations. So this is a topic that I really am passionate about. And before I get into the affirmations, I want to talk about my background. This is a little different background than you've seen in other Facebook Lives. Hello, Tina from Columbus, Ohio. Cool. We're getting like the whole United States going here. This is pretty good. So the background where I am, I'm actually in my home office. So this is not my home in San Diego, but I actually moved to Nevada. Yes, that was quite a change because I closed my office, and then I decided, well, if I can work remotely, why not work from wherever? So I'm renting my house in San Diego, and I built a house in Lake Las Vegas, Nevada, which is part of Henderson. So some of you might know about Henderson, but that's where I am now. I just moved Saturday, and these are all the boxes that are in my home office I still have to go through. But step by step, I'll be getting there, and it's a change. So that's one of the reasons I wrote the blog post today, also about change and how we can be more compassionate to ourselves as we're going through changes in our lives. So if you want to share any of those changes, please feel free to. But basically, I'm now trying to jump into the affirmations. And these are the 40 affirmations that I've made into affirmation cards. And Erica is going to share the link for all of you. This is a special gift for you to actually download the affirmations so that you can print them out and have them as little cards so you can kind of flip through them every day and read the affirmations, put them in your car, you can put them in your kitchen, you can put them in your wherever you want, basically where you want to be able to remind yourself of how amazing you are. Because that's really what we're about, to talk about how amazing we are and how amazing we can be together. So Erica just put the link, and thank you, Erica, for doing that. And that's where you can actually see the PDF and how you can take it to the printer. You can even get it laminated, which is kind of cool because then the cards don't get messy, and you can cut them up and laminate them and make little cards, which is really, really cool. So what I'd like to do now is go into some of the affirmations that I really resonate with. And if you all want to tell me which ones you like, please feel free to do that. So one of my favorite ones is I am grateful for each and every day. This is a really important one, which I like to say to myself when I wake up in the morning, because each day is truly a gift. When you think about all the things that could have happened, I mean, I'm not trying to be dismal, but when you look at how the things in life, you've been able to get through certain challenges. You've been able to, like for instance, for me, it was the breast cancer in 2018. And you realize how fragile life can be. You become really grateful for the things that you have in your life. And as I'm always very passionate about, is your health is one of the main things that we want to keep as vibrant and as functional as best we can. Really to be at your best in every aspect, your mind, body, spirit, etc. So to be grateful and have gratitude is one of the major things that I really focus on. And every day in the morning, I say, I am grateful for each and every day. And I thank that I'm alive and I can actually wake up. And I have my little Pico, which is my little doggy, and I have my cat, Kona. And I'm just grateful for also having them in my lives every day. Now, we know my Pico is 16 now, so he might not make it that much longer, but every day I can spend with him is a new day of just adventure and just gratitude. So that is one of my favorites. Another one is I am worthy of a healthy, radiant body. We also are worthy of a wonderful life with our bodies and wonderful life with our environment. So many times we struggle, and I don't know if many of you do, but if you do, just chime in and say, yes, hey, that sounds really familiar, is how we don't feel worthy. Like we don't feel like we're good enough. We don't deserve to have a new house, or we don't deserve a healthy body, or we don't deserve some of the things that come to us, that if we just have that we deserve, more things will actually come to us because we can receive those things rather than back them up and saying, no, 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 we're not good enough. We don't really deserve to have XYZ. No, you do deserve to have XYZ and beyond. So please, please, every day say how worthy you are of having a radiant body as well as having a wonderful environment. It might be your partner, your husband, your pets, your family, your garden. I know Beth does a lot of gardening and she loves being in her garden. So things that seem so small can be really huge when we think about what's important to our lives and really feeling that we're worthy of all these wonderful things that we can bring in. So that's something that I like to really reinforce with myself and everyone. I like to just reintroduce myself because some of you may have just joined and may not know who I am and what I'm talking about. I am Dr. Diana Hoppe. I am a board certified OBGYN and I love doing Facebook Lives and my site is Amazing Over 40. And welcome to this Facebook Live about affirmations. And I'll continue with some more of the ones that I really like. Let me use this little thing here. Is my thoughts create my reality and I have, my thoughts create my reality and lead me to optimal health. This is another motif that I've been really stressing lately because our thoughts are very, very important to our health, our lives, our future, and actually present day. So being mindful is one thing, and being mindful of your thoughts is another thing. So those thoughts that you have running in your head, maybe I'm not good enough, I'm always late, I'm never going to get there, I never can do that. Those have to change, and we need to reset our mindset to more positive things. And it's in the present tense, like I am creating a wonderful life. And my thoughts create my reality, which they really do. Some of you might say, that's kind of bogus. I'm not really sure if I believe that. Well, start trying to see what your thoughts are saying and then see what happens. Journaling is a great way to do this because when you journal, you can actually write down and then you can look back and say, wow, when I journaled that during that day, I actually did manifest someone smiling, or I was able to do some act of kindness for someone. So having that sense of mindfulness and your reality and how your thoughts play into that is really important. It's called neuroplasticity, and they've done studies looking at monks who would meditate, and they looked at how their brains changed over, it was 6 or 8 weeks of a mindfulness-based stress reduction. It's a mindfulness-based program, and they notice that certain parts of their brains actually change shape. So that means anatomically they changed, which I think shows that your brain is malleable. It can change, it can become a better version of itself by changing your thoughts. And if you want to check out the blog post about that, it's on my site. And it's got, I think it's called mindfulness based stress reduction. So if you put that in the stress bar, if you put that in the search bar, it's a pretty interesting little Freudian slip there. When you put that in the search bar, you're going to get the blog post about mindfulness based stress reduction, which is a really, really cool course that I've done multiple times, that I still use the principles for, because being mindful is something we need to do every second of our lives so that we can enjoy the things that we have. Because if we're not being in the present, we might be in the future, we might be thinking about the past, but then we take away what's happening now. Like, what is presently you're feeling in your body? Take a breath. I do this during the day where I really try to take a few deep breaths and just ground myself. And that really helps to decrease the stress. So Erica, thanks for loving that one too. And if any of you have any comments or want to say some of the things that resonate with you, please feel free to do that. So let me go to another one that is really a good one for me. This one actually is very pertinent to what I've been through the last few weeks. I am generous with my abundance, helping others benefit from my gifts. Now, my gifts could be, let's say, a Facebook Live podcast or live program. It can also be physical things. So I told you that I moved my house to Nevada. Well, I have a house in San Diego, but I moved a lot of my stuff that I had in my house to Nevada. But because I couldn't take everything with me, I gave a lot of things away. Now, many of you may have felt this, and if you do, again, let me know. But when you give things away and people then can take them and enjoy them, it's like you get a sense of fulfillment. You actually release oxytocin, which is a hormone from the brain that is the pleasure hormone, that is the feel-good hormone. Like, you're safe, it's peaceful, you're doing good, you're bonding with the people in your environment. So when you give gifts away, physical, emotional, whatever gifts you're giving, that will then spread to them and have you release oxytocin as well as them, and that's the bonding hormone, which is pretty cool. So I was getting rid of, or let's say giving away, a lot of my furniture. And I was trying to figure out who would wanted it and how I could give it to someone who needed it, really. And so I was talking to my tennis coach in San Diego, and Beth knows him well. His name is Juan Garcia. And Juan told me, you know what? Our gardener here, Luis, at the club really could use some furniture, And so I got Luis's number, and I called him up, and oh my goodness. He came to my house with his wife and his son, and they had their truck all ready. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, how much stuff am I going to give? Well, it turned out they loved almost everything that I was willing to give them. I gave them a dining room table and chairs, a kitchen table, a cabinet for the china, some bookshelves, some beautiful pictures, some other furniture, and they were so grateful. And it made me feel good that I could share some of my things that I no longer really needed, but they needed. And it really, I know it sounds kind of trite, but it was really an amazing experience to see how grateful and happy they were to receive these gifts. So to being generous with your gifts, with abundance, and showing abundance, even if it's not physical things, it can be just emotional things, like saying to someone, wow, that was a great thing you did, or you look great today, or that you sense that they're feeling good, or they might need something like a little listening to. That's also a gift. So those are all amazing gifts that you can give to your people in your environment. And I thought that was a really timely one, because I needed to give away those things, and to have someone who really appreciated it really meant a lot to me. So let's see. Oh, every day I am becoming a better person in helping the world become a more peaceful place. This is a good one. We need peace right now, right? I think we're in a little bit of turmoil. Maybe when you look at what's happening at different parts of the country, we see the things with the shootings, and it's just not really a great situation. And we all need to take responsibility to make our lives more peaceful, make those around us as peaceful as possible. Try not to generate any hostility, and do the best we can to lessen the drama. Make it so that you help others to calm the situation, calm yourself down, learn ways to breathe so that we don't escalate to some of the things that have happened in our world lately. So it's kind of a somber note there, yet it's something that's reality. And making the world a more peaceful place every day, trying to do that in whatever way. It could be cleaning up in front of your house, like the sidewalk. It could be going to the park and seeing a little dog that needs a little petting, or someone who might just need a smile. And a lot of times when I go walking, I just say hi, and I smile because you know what? Some of these people may not having a great day, and just by giving them a little smile, I know, again, can make a big difference. So every day I'm becoming a better person in helping the world become a more peaceful place. I'm going to do one more because I think that you all can look at the affirmations yourself. And okay, this is another one of my favorites, although I'll be honest, all of them I love because I made them so that they would be for you and for me. But I take responsibility for the choices that I make. This can be a very tough one for some of us because we believe that maybe things just happen because they just happened to us and that we had bad luck and, you know, something's against you and we had a bad childhood, or, you know, there's things we can get in that kind of victim mentality, which is not a good mentality, right? We don't want to be victims. We want to be heroes of our own life, or heroines, really, of our own lives. That is, we want to be able to create our lives and live our lives, making the best choices that we can. So looking at the choices you make in your life is really mind-blowing because you can say, well, I made that choice and maybe it wasn't the best choice, but then it led me to this new thing, right? So yes, your life is the choices you make, which is a very important thing because some people say, well, you know, I'm always going to stay in this rut. My job's not good. I have to do it because of X, Y, Z. I'm never going to get a promotion. That's the type of situation where you want to say, I deserve a job that I love. I deserve a work environment that really allows me to flourish and to thrive. I deserve everything in my life that is given to me, and I can make new choices. I once thought I wouldn't be able to leave my office. As many of you know, I'm hoping this is nothing. Yeah, I don't like being texted when I'm doing these Facebook Lives, but I want to make sure it was nothing major that was from someone that couldn't get on. But I thought I couldn't change my life because of my work. That is, I love my work as an OBGYN, and I had an office practice. So I thought I needed to stay in the office because that's the only way I could see patients, right? So that was a limited thought, a belief that if I wasn't in the office, I wouldn't be able to see patients. And that's true in one sense because I won't be able to do physical exams. But now that I can do telemedicine, I actually can still see via Zoom or phone, speak to my patients. And I can still take care of them, but not in the same forum, in the same format. So COVID kind of changed things a bit there with how we do telemedicine and how patients now can see their physicians. But it really made me see how I could step out of that kind of rigid thought that I had to stay in the office and allow me to then say, let me transform my environment. Let me transform where I can work from and how I can see patients now from all over the world, really. So it really allowed me to open up to a whole new possibility. And that's the goal of these Facebook Lives, is for you, yes, you, to really open up to the possibilities that are in your life. Maybe the things you want to do, but you thought, I can't do that. Or no, that's not going to work. Or my family won't like that. Or I can't do that because of whatever reason. I want you to read the blog post today, but listen to the audio that I've included in it. It's from Dr. Kristen Neff. She is a wonderful researcher in self-compassion. And again, one of my themes is self-compassion regarding change. So as we have changes in our life, how can we be more compassionate to ourselves as we go through that process and that transition? So it's a really, really amazing, I love the word amazing, blog post as well as an audio for you to enjoy. So if any of you have last minute questions, please let me know. I want to thank again everyone, Tina, Beth, Erica, and all of those who didn't chime in, not to worry. I'm Dr. Diana Hoppe. These are always recorded, so if you can't make it physically at the time that we do this, they will be recorded so you can revisit this if you'd like to, again, revisit it, or if you just missed the actual live taping, you can get the Facebook live recording. It won't be with me giving a question if you actually have a question online, but it is something that will totally help your life. So please also share this with your friends and family. Erica put the blog post of today up in the chat box, and she's also put the affirmation links so you can download the affirmations and again make like cards from them, and you can put them on, again, your wall or your car, anywhere that helps remind you of what you want to change in your life. Now, you're good as you are. I'm not saying that we are not good people, but we can actually improve and even be better. So with that, I want to thank all of you for joining me. I hope you download the PDF of the affirmations as well as check out the blog post. And also look into the retreats, because in May I'm going to be doing a trip to Sardinia, Italy. And that picture you see in that chat box, that's actually me in Sardinia. So I'm going to do a retreat in the third week in May. I'm going to put it in the retreats post on my site with all the updated information, which I put it this weekend. But know that we are here for you. I am here for you. Our community is here for you. Please join me in the second Thursday of next month when I do another Facebook Live. Feel free to read my blog posts and share them with everyone, and follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And with that, I always want to remind you, stay amazing. Until next time, have the best life you can be. Keep doing what you're doing, and always remember, you are amazing. All right, everyone, take care. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you next time.